welcome to Finextra. I'm Hannah Wallace, and with me now is Mark Murphy, CEO of Fenergo, and we're discussing growth hacking in financial services and the ability of FinTech and RegTechs to accelerate growth within the financial service industry. Hello Mark, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Firstly, setting the scene, how has the relationship between FinTechs, RegTechs, banks and asset managers changed?
I think if you go back a couple of years, there was a bit of arrogance from the large banks about what FinTech was going to do, what RegTech was going to do. I think that's totally changed now. Only earlier this week I heard an interview with Daryl West, the CIO of HSBC, who was in Hong Kong at a seminar talking about why he's there to attract FinTech talent and what he's trying to change the culture of HSBC to be more in line with how a RegTech and a FinTech operates. So the rules of the world, or the rules of the game as we know it or knew it, has changed, and banks want a part of it. They want a piece of this dynamism, this change, this disruption, because they know they have to. If they didn't, the old beast would stay the same, but they've had to. I think 17 billion pounds was the number that HSBC quoted in terms of what they're going to invest. So these large banks know that they will have to disrupt themselves or they will be disrupted.
All right, and how is the industry involved with regards to collaboration? Do you see more collaboration from banks, and if so, why?
Well, at Fenergo, we've built an ecosystem or a community which allows us to solve regulation as a group. 65 banks who are live on Fenergo. We go to each of those banks when a regulation changes. They, evidence, solidify, check that software is good enough before it gets released. It's perfect community and collaboration and work. Why does it work? It works because it's non-competitive. It works because what HSBC and Barclays do, it's the same thing as it pertains to regulation. So right across the globe, we've built these fantastic communities, usually in clusters of banks who see their peers or where their competitors working alongside each other because they know it drives down the cost to be compliant.
And finally, Mark, looking at the marketplace, how are such innovative firms driving change and positive outcomes for their customers and their customers' customers?
There's so much activity in this space. Every element of a client life cycle, every element of an execution pipeline in a bank, everything is being disrupted. Whether it's bank-to-bank payments on blockchain, whether it's identity verification, it's all done through video, validating that your passport is correct. There's lots of techniques, checking that if you say you're in London, your mobile phone is in London, that your passport, you can connect, triangulate all of these things with the technology. So everything that we knew and understood to be the rules, it's all changed. And FinTech, RegTech, just real automation of the end-to-end processes in banks has changed forever.
Mark, thank you so much for your insight. This has been great.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching.